Alright, solid overnight charge. Easy, reliable. And we start the day here at another chilly 57 degrees Fahrenheit and the sun rising over the Upper Peninsula. So we'll have a full day of driving, and we have another night here, so we'll have plenty of time to fill up again if we need to. There is a fast charger about 30-35 miles away in a town called Norway, Michigan, but you know, that kind of takes us west instead of being on the east here, and we've used a lot of energy, so it's going to take a lot of extra efficiency to start to change that number of 3.5 miles per kilowatt hour. But it might happen. We're going slower, we're not using the aircon as much, so that could be the thing. But we are ready for a day on the Upper Peninsula. Pleasant sunrise here.
This is one that closes, but it's at midnight, so there you go. Got some coffee, got some kilowatts, we'll be good to go.
Okay, good morning from Escanaba, popular place for Harleys, but also, thankfully, for Teslas. And our trusty Tesla adapter is seeing us through here. Again, no Teslas on this, we haven't seen one all weekend, or sorry, all couple of days that we've been here. But this has got us all up to the shore of Lake Superior, and power has been flying for a couple of nights as we deplete the battery and then charge it back up. And we're right up to, have a look in the app, it should be pretty close to 97-98% now. With the charge complete by 7:30, we're approaching 7 AM here. Seems like it'll be a bit before that, because you can see here we got 97% on the app a couple of minutes ago. Probably pretty close to 98 now, I would imagine. And we are into 1600 plus miles. 1615 all told so far. 447 kilowatt hours. We've got much lower temperatures, as you can see, that dip down. We've got mid-70s in the daytime, so it's relatively comfortable. Then we started to hit the slow roads, and it took a while. It took a couple of 100 miles for that to factor in, but it's bumped up to 3.6 miles per kilowatt hour, which is why you see such a healthy full charge number there, because it's really not far from the EPA average now. So just this, again, this Electron J1772 to Tesla adapter just gives you the nice little connection to the Bolt EV and any other non-Tesla electric vehicle. We're at the very most kind of a western tip or western side of Lake Michigan, and we'll be traveling over to around that kind of Mackinaw City, back onto the upper part of the Michigan Mitten. And yeah, we're in good shape. I'm gonna go and have a quick grab some breakfast, but also look at where I think Tesla superchargers is going in. It actually says on PlugShare that it's a green level 2 connector, but it looks like it's going to be Tesla superchargers from what I've read. And yeah, we'll grab some breakfast and then we'll be about our day. Let's go. Oh, 3.7. Nailed it. Oh, maybe I just nailed it. Probably you. So another destination charge. This is actually becoming pretty common now. Last DC fast charge for us was over in Wisconsin on the way up to the Upper Peninsula around that Fond du Lac area. They did have one over in Norway, Michigan, but we didn't need to use that because we had the destination charging at the hotel. And now this one here in Mackinaw City, which is actually the village of Mackinaw City, which makes no sense to me, but there you are. So there's two standard J1772 plugs on each of these two stations for a total of 4. And then you have the parking for the ferry over in that distance. There's another one with Tesla connectors and a single J1772 over in the marina lot. So both very similar. This one's $2 an hour for parking. So it makes sense, and destination charging in a place like this is a good option to have. There is a supercharger here over on the other side, so that makes sense for people traveling onward. It's got a good stop off, and hopefully DC fast charging for non-Tesla vehicles will arrive in the next year or so. There seems to be a lot of activity around Michigan, and especially on the Mitten. This has changed greatly since we were planning this trip last year before COVID happened, when there was only really one fast charger on the way up here, and it was going to be a bit of a trek. You'd have to find a lot of destination charging. Obviously we've done that anyway, so maybe that wasn't such a big deal. But if you want the option of just fast charging and moving on without stopping, then that obviously helps. So that will be good. Maybe they'll get one in here. Okay, arriving into Elk Rapids, just passing the 500 kilowatt hour mark in energy consumed, and 850 odd miles. No problems here, slower roads. We're going to introduce to the Red E network, which is a division of Hague or Hage Automotive. These are only 50 kilowatt V-filled tritium stations, but there's 3 of them, and that's all we need. We just want a quick bump here and grab some food. So let's take a look how they activate and what kind of charge we get. Okay, I don't have a card with these guys, so we'll just fire it up with the credit card. Or maybe we do have to use the app. Seems like a bit of a faff rather than just credit card it, but okay. It says scan the QR code. Goes to something called Smart Juice Net. And I've got to return the holster because it takes so long to fire this thing up. So, bad first impression of these guys. What a ridiculous system. They've got payment readers on here. You have to scan the app, go to a website in your browser and the mobile, which has got a poor signal here, confirm details of a card, then plug it in, and often this times out and tells you to return the holster before the thing has authorized or connected to the mothership. And that happened on all of these. The cables are really short, bump stops are tight. You've got to park like this just to get a decent connection. So, you know, good job for putting in 3, but what a crappy UI. Really awful. I tried on each of these, you know, parked up to these 2 straight, and then this one we've parked kind of in, so it's not so much stress on the cable in case that was it, but really naff. You know, these are the units they use at Logan, so it's quite an easy pull in, plug in, start, but those are free. And I'm sure we could call customer service and get this started if we were in dire need, but we're only 30 miles from the destination. Just wanted to try this, but not at all impressed with this particular location. The only good thing is it's way out round back, so you're not in the way of anything. It's not going to be iced, but if you can't get it started and it's a faff, what's the point in having them? So, thumbs down for this one, but you know, this is all a learning curve and early adopter stuff, so okay, ChargePoint should be easy, right? This is how it should be, let's hope, compared to the farce of the Red E network. Fire up the ChargePoint app, tap, authorized, plug in. Alright, that's it. That's how it should be. Swipe something, start it up. Less than 30 seconds. Looks like you've got a grocery store, some random stuff, dollar store, Subway, pizza. Alright, so fine, regular stuff. We've got a Marathon gas station, and then Burger King over the road. One of many ChargePoint, couple of ChargePoint CPE 250s put in with the paired 125 kilowatt charging for single cars that can take it when the stations aren't both in use. And a lot of these have been put in by the Michigan Department of Environmental Quality. A bunch of them around the state. We're approaching 50% here, just turned. But you can see, you know, we were up in the Upper Peninsula, just nothing up there in terms of fast charging unless you go to Canada or all the way over to Norway, Michigan. So this was all destination charging. But as we get back down here into the Mitten, as they call it, we're here at this Northland Plaza with mostly fast food and a grocery store, but you know, enough to keep you entertained for a fast charge. And then there's a bunch here, you know, you start to get none of this, or well, a lot of these weren't here. This is all 50 kilowatt plus fast chargers that this is showing for CCS. And you get a bunch that are these. This is one of these Department of Environmental Quality sites, as is this one. Then you've got an Electrify America that's gone in recently at the grocery store. And we're only heading down to this kind of Saginaw area tonight. So there's plenty of time. I'm kind of looking for whether we should eat somewhere but with a charger. But we've already really got the mileage to get down there. And then it's just about what you do the night after. Because we didn't go with destination charging this time, couldn't find anything suitable around there, so it has fast chargers. As you can see, our onward journey is replete with them, plenty down here into Ohio and back to Cleveland. So there's no shortage around Detroit, obviously, and then the suburbs, a couple in Toledo, including ones off the interstate, the Ohio Turnpike there. So we're all good to go now as far as fast charging goes. But really last year it was only this one and a couple of Chevy dealerships that had locations, and since then you've started to see all kinds. You got Blink locations going in, that Red E network, which obviously didn't do very well for us, but you know, we hope those will improve and get the user experience a bit better. All of these stations with the Departments of Environmental Quality, which are solid, and plenty of fast charging along the way if we need it because of high speeds and changing conditions or whatever. We'll stop it up. Nice responsive touchscreen. Easy, simple, 21 cents a minute. Parking, they use that for idle fees. That's the way it should be. Stop, charge, go. Thank you, ChargePoint. Thank you, Michigan. It's so easy. It should all be like this. Just like that. Alright. Still pretty comfortable at 13%. No charge vehicle soon warnings. Just got into the orange for only the second, maybe third time this trip. And we just passed 2,000 miles as well, so lots going on. Just figures out the power here. It's going to get up to the Bolt's maximum again, but these are another two shared 62.5. So they've done a nice job of these. They're, you know, they're not overdoing it. They're not going crazy and saying we put in an entire station, you know, gas station, because there's not the adoption yet, but there's redundancy here. There's a little bit of future proofing in terms of the shared power and having the ability to go up to what the Volkswagen ID4 can take, and just a little shy of the Marquis, and everything else, you know, maybe in future we'll get more, but for now pretty happy with this.